Hi there, welcome to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. We're gonna be talking about sauerkraut in chickens and what it is and how to treat it. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also be sure to subscribe to our website at happychickencoop.com. If you subscribe using the link in the description below, you will receive a free ebook on the 10 best egg laying chickens and an in-depth breakdown of each breed. Without further ado, let's get into it. So what is sauerkraut? We all hear about it from time to time, but hopefully we'll never experience it with our hens. We'll delve into what it is, how to treat it, and how to avoid it in the future. I'm also going to look at impacted crops, which is something a bit different from the sauerkraut, and sometimes the two are confused. They're very similar, and one can lead to the other. First, I'll do a quick and simple review of the crop and the chicken's digestive system. So, the chicken's digestive system and crop. The digestive system starts at the mouth. From there, food travels down the esophagus into the crop. You can think of the crop as a storage pouch, if you will. Now, food waits there before it goes through the proventriculus into the gizzard. The proventriculus adds enzymes and helps break down and start digestion before the food gets into the gizzard. The gizzard is where the bird grinds down its food into digestible paste using stored grit and the muscular action of the gizzard muscle. As the food travels further down, nutrients and water are pulled from the paste. Whatever's left over is excreted frequently in the form of chicken poop. Now, the crop is located just to the right of the breastbone. After a chicken has been feeding, you can see it quite clearly and it will feel fairly firm. When chickens go to roost at night, the crop will be full of food to be digested through the night. So what is sauerkraut? Sauerkraut is a yeast infection of the crop caused by Candida albicans. If it sounds familiar, it's because it's the cause of thrush in babies and infants. Candida is a naturally occurring bacteria of chickens. It only creates problems when circumstances allow a bacterial bloom. It leads to the thickening of the crop wall and dilation of the crop itself. Candida disrupts the normal bacterial flora of the crop, causing further digestion problems, which means that your hen won't be able to empty her stomach and creates a blockage. If the condition goes on long enough, she will lose weight and may even die. You ask yourself, does my chicken have sauerkraut? When the birds wake up, their crop should be flat first thing in the morning, and before they eat, the crop should also be flat. If it is still full and feels boggy or squishy, it is likely a sour crop. Be gentle, this crop may feel sore to the bird. You may also hear the gurgling from fermentation if you listen carefully to the breast area. The breath of the affected bird will have a distinct putrid sour smell to it, hence the name. If you can look into the bird's mouth, you may see whitish patches, or in a nasty case, the entire mouth will be white. The affected hen may also be quieter than normal, have a depressed appetite, and occasionally diarrhea. If you see fluid coming from her beak, there's definitely something wrong. So what causes sauerkraut? There can be several causes of sauerkraut, and some of the most common include a slow emptying crop. This will cause backup of food because they cannot process food as quickly as it's eaten. An impacted crop, which means just food cannot pass if the crop is impacted, meaning it's blocked. Antibiotics. Treatment with antibiotics can cause problems since the antibiotics kill good bacteria too. An infection, an ongoing infection can send a chicken into having sauerkraut. Worms, a nasty worm infestation can cause an intestinal blockage. An injury to the crop area can lead to a delayed emptying of the crop. Long, tough grasses. Hens eating long, tough, fibrous grasses can lead to sauerkraut and impaction. Other possible causes include strange or weird diets and moldy food. Let's talk about how to treat it. The point to remember is that unlike humans, chickens cannot vomit. Any fluid that you see from the beak is basically overflow. If the sauerkraut is noticed early on, it may be possible to massage the crop frequently throughout the day to encourage movement. To do this effectively, the hen will need to be isolated without food and water for the first 12 hours. Try a gentle massage of the crop every couple of hours if feasible. This can help move the food along to the gut. Massage at this point should be from top to bottom. After 12 hours, you can just have clear water to drink but still no food. Hopefully the resting period will help the digestive system clear up. If the crop appears flat and empty after this fasting period, You can start her on some scrambled eggs and or plain yogurt mix with her pellets. Feed her frugally for the first day or two. 3-4 small meals will suffice. Give as much water as she will drink. No additives at this time. Let's talk about some things to consider. If she's leaking fluid from her beak, you will have to help her get the fluid out of the crop. This measure is not to be undertaken lightly. There is a genuine possibility of the hen aspirating fluid into her lungs if done incorrectly. You will be more comfortable sitting or kneeling to do this, and wear old pants just in case. Wrap her in a towel so you can hold and control her. This is better done with 2 people, but 1 person can do it. Leaning her over with her head towards the ground, massage the crop from bottom to top until she expels the fluid. Do not do this for long, 15 to 20 seconds at most, and then bring her back to normal position. You can repeat this 3 or 4 times before you put her back into the quote-unquote hospital. Repeat the sequence no more than 4 times a day. And if no fluid comes out, she probably doesn't have any to get rid of, but if some do, be prepared for a lot of foul-smelling liquid to be evacuated. This maneuver should really be used as a last resort, and if one cannot afford a veterinarian's visit. If none of the above appears to be working or helping, you need to take her to a veterinarian for assessment and probably a course of nystatin or other antifungal medication. So let's talk about how to prevent sauerkraut. As always, prevention is much better than a cure, but hens are intensely curious creatures and can get themselves into trouble by sampling things they shouldn't. While you can't guarantee prevention, here are some things you can do. Make sure to always have clean, fresh water. You can add apple cider vinegar to the water to help acidity levels stable in the gut. You can add some herbs like oregano, fennel seeds, and parsley. They are all good digestive aids, as is garlic. You can limit the intake of starchy food, such as pasta, pizza, and bread. You can mix some natural sugar-free yogurt with probiotic in their feed occasionally. You can try to ensure that they don't eat long, fibrous weeds and grasses. You can ensure that they have access to grit. And then lastly, just regular health checks. It's important for monitoring general health. Let's talk about some problems that can come from sauerkraut. Sauerkraut can be a recurrent thing in some birds, especially if the condition went without notice for some time. The crop can normally stretch and contract, but occasionally it can stay dilated, and this can become a pendulous crop. A pendulous crop is notoriously difficult to treat as it will likely keep recurring. To assist in maintaining the correct posture placement of the crop, some folks have made a sling or a crop bra. Another problem that can happen from sauerkraut is an impacted crop. This is more serious than a sauerkraut, as the name implies. The crop is jammed up with food to the point that nothing can move through. So what causes an impacted crop? The impacted crop is usually caused by eating those long fibrous grasses and weeds, picking up bits of string or twine, ingesting screws, the list goes on. In other words, eating anything that will cause a blockage. It can also occur if you use rough cut orchard grass as bedding, as sometimes pullets will eat pine shavings and the like and get crop problems. Sour and impacted crop seems to happen more in the springtime when grasses have started to grow and the hens can't get enough of the grass. So how do you treat impacted crop? Mild cases of the impacted crop are fairly easy to treat but require time and effort on your part. The hen will have to be isolated to prevent her from eating anything, although they typically go off their food when the crop is full. Give the hen nothing but water, absolutely no food. The crop is already full, so no food makes it worse. Using a dropper, give her a dropper full of olive oil or coconut oil at least 3 times a day in the morning, noon, and evening. You can then start massaging the crop from bottom to top and try to get things moving along to break up the ball of partially digested food. This process may take some time before you feel that there is an improvement, but remember, no food until she has a flat crop in the morning. If she does get a flat crop finally, feed her as outlined above for sauerkraut. Limit her intake for a couple days until she seems back to her normal state. In severe cases, you will have to resort to a veterinarian for surgical emptying of the crop. This is not something you can do at home. If you're observant or lucky enough to catch crop issues when they start, you'll have much better outcomes than if the problem has been going on for a while. If you keep them away from likely sources of problems like long grass, nails, small pieces of string, and ensure you pick up trash around the chicken yard, your hens will be fine. Small chicks can get into trouble when they start eating their bedding. Please give them a saucer of chicken grit with their digestion. It's nice to give them some fresh greens too, but make sure the pieces are easily digestible for them. We hope you never have to deal with this problem, but hopefully this should help you along the way if you do. Well, that's going to do it for us here at the Happy Chicken Coop. Thanks for listening. If you find our content interesting, if you learned something new, please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. With that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.